nice and feel your shoulders aligned on top of your hips and the crown of the head on top of your knee. And take your shoulders, pull them up, way up, all the way up to your ears, pull them way back and then down. Tuck the bottom of the shoulder blades into the ribs and then slightly tuck your chin. And start that longer, slower, deeper breath. Relax the face. Big, deep breath. And settle into the body. Settle into your breath. Notice the entire torso expanding and contracting with your breath. Keep sitting up tall. Heart is open. Collarbones are broad. Face is relaxed. Jaw is released. Just focus on those breaths. Deep, slow inhalations. Big, slow exhalations. Soften the belly as you inhale. Soften the perineum. Exhale. Feel a little tightening, drawing the navel in and up. Drawing the perineum up. A little squeeze. Let's bring our hands together over the heart now. Sit up tall. Shoulders drawing down. Feel that connection to the heart. Notice the heartbeat. Notice the breath. And bow your head now. Continue to sit tall. And take a moment here if you would like. Say a prayer or set an intention. So let's lower the hands back to the lap. Raise the head. Keep the eyes closed. Let's take a few big deep breaths. And as you inhale through the nose, and then just open the mouth and softly exhale through the mouth. Let's open our eyes now, leaving the gaze soft and the mind receptive. Let's inhale, drawing the arms up, fingers interlaced, and lifting up. Stretch up and pull your arms out of the sockets. Push your ribs side to side. Just open up. Get long. Good. And then exhale. Sweep your space clean. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. And now lift the heart. So you want to look up a little bit. You really just want to open up the throat. Pull your wrists down towards the mat. Open the heart. Lift. Little back bend. Good. And release that. Bring your arms back up. And exhale now. Squeeze all the air out. Engage the abdominals in. Bring your hands out in front. So downward dog hand. Push into the mat and push your hips back and down. Relax the neck. Curl the chin all the way in to the chest. Focus on that breath. Same big, deep, full breath. Soften the belly when you inhale. Exhale, give it a squeeze. And now just walking with your hands over to the right. So your chest can be on your thigh, resting on your thigh or not, depends on your flexibility. You can even just tuck your chin on your knee. But reach with your left hand, obviously. It becomes apparent that your left side is stretching. So continue to pull the hip back and down, the left hip back and down. And release and relax. And then let's just take a big inhalation, slow and long as you walk your hands all the way over to the other side. And then a big exhalation as you start that stretch. Relax the chin, or relax the neck. Just let the chin kind of tuck in. Pull the right hip back and down. Good. And then walk it back to center. And one more time. Push your hips back and down. Reach out, make a long spine. Tuck the belly or engage the abdominals. And we're going to walk it back. Sit up tall. Do a little shoulder roll here. Pull your shoulders up, back and down a few times. And let's reverse that. Good. How about a little twist now? So arms out. Let's twist to the right. So you want to exhale as you bring your right hand behind you, left hand on your thigh. Sit tall. Just slowly gaze over the right shoulder, pressing firmly into the mat with your right hand. Strong, straight arm. Drawing the left shoulder down away from the ear. Both shoulders down away. So now gaze over your left shoulder. Just a gentle stretch and opening on the right neck. Good. Come back to center with your head. Inhale, draw your arms up. And just slowly exhale, twisting all the way. So follow the breath with your exhalation. Finish out that exhalation. And again, remember, shoulders always draw away from the ears. Left hand strong and straight. Gazing out over the left. And then gazing out over the right. The shoulders drawing down. Sitting up tall. Good. And then back to neutral. And come back around. So let's just take the arms behind us, fingers pointing towards your hips, elbows right over your wrists, and just come on up into a little Navasana here. Wake up the core. So see if you can release, just release. stack your left hand on top of your right, so your right arm is straight out under you. You're on your side. Relax your head down. And then we've been doing this lately. You just want to start drawing your left hand back as though you're drawing on a bow all the way to the left side of you, bringing the fingertips all the way down. And then close it with a straight arm all the way back. Good. So you're inhaling as you open your chest. Inhale and stretch out and open that chest. And then exhale, close. And come back again. So inhaling, opening that left deltoid pec into the bicep. And exhale, close. Let's just do one more on this side. Inhaling, open. And now this time we'll stay 3 full breaths. Just send your breath where you're feeling tightness, resistance. Good. And then we'll just close that. Roll back onto your backs. We'll just go to the other side. So first, come into the middle of your mat. Just get the nice neutral spine here. Draw your knees to your chest again. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then we'll roll to the left side. Just want to create that kind of 90-degree angle with your legs. And now left arm is out. Your line on your left side. And right hand stacks on top of the left. And here we go. So just inhaling. Nice open stretch in the pecs. Exhale, close. Keep going. Just follow your breath. Inhaling all the way open. Finish out that breath. And then slowly exhale, close. Keep going. Open the chest. And then let's do one more. Stay open, 3 full breaths. Good. So close that. And then we're just going to roll onto the belly and come up into tabletop position. So you know this position, just a neutral spine, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Align your feet with your knees so they're not turned in, they're not turned out. Now, you know, you have an option. I see this a lot. I don't do it, but you can tuck your toes in a tabletop, and you do get a nice stretch through the toes and the whole foot. So let's try that. You're softening the belly. We're just going to do a cat-cow. You're softening the belly here, lifting the heart, lifting the tail. And then as you exhale, round. Spreading the shoulders, drawing the navel in. So follow your breath here. Inhaling, soften the belly. Lift the heart, lift the tail. Lift the chin. Exhale, softening. Oh, no, you're not softening. You're contracting. Softening with your inhalation and your lips. So this is cow. And we exhale, round and tuck and spread. Good. So now come back through with your inhalation. And as you exhale, this time just as you're tucking, lift your knees. And then drop the knees for your cat lift. One more of those. And exhaling, lift the knees. Drop the knees. Take them wide. Bring your toes touching and push back into your child's pose. So remember your modifications. If you're not ready for a full child's pose, you can stack your wrists. Press your forehead onto them. Allow the chest to draw down to the mat. or you can slowly come into your child's pose. Whatever your body is ready for right now. Relax the neck. Release the hip flexors. Good. And then now keeping your arms, if they're not already out in front of you, bring them into a sphinx pose. Line your elbows up with the wrists, elbows up with the shoulders. And we'll just start that glide and keep your knees where they are. Just keep the belly soft. You're inhaling, gliding until your shoulders are over your wrists. Tail is lifted. Exhale, slowly following your breath all the way back to your child's pose. Finishing out that exhalation and starting your glide. Inhaling. Just waking up the spine. Exhaling, relax the neck. Keep those strong. Little push up here, good for the chest. Exhaling back. Let's do one more. Inhaling. And up. Exhaling back. Good squeeze. And let's take 3 breaths. So let your third eye, that spot on your forehead, press into the mat if you can. And allow your arms to draw alongside your body. Completely resting the spine. Going into our belly dancing segment here. Turn it down. So good, let's roll up. Back to your tabletop. So this time line your knees back up. You're under your hips. Tuck your toes. And let's go into our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward dog. So look at your feet. Take them a little wider than your hips. Stay up on your toes. Leave your hands and arms where they are. Lift the hips as high as you can. Come way up on the balls of your feet. Lift your heels. Relax your neck. Gaze through your legs. Good. Now draw your knees towards your belly. So you're bending your knees. And push your weight up and back. Stretch out those feet. And now come back into a full dog. So lifting those hips. And now drawing the heels back away from the arch and down. At the same time, keeping that lift in the hips. Drawing the arms into their sockets. And your neck position, you can line your ears up with your arm or tuck your chin and gaze at your navel. You can keep a bend in your knee because the whole point is getting that long spine. So don't worry about heels down or straight legs. Think about creating that long spine with that curve in the low back. Good. So then just drop the knees. One moment in child's pose, just exhale back. And come back through your dog. So tucking the toes, lifting your hips. Bring your feet now, if you lie, it's up to you really, what feels right. But if you can, hip distance. And then bend your right knee and draw it towards your left. And then come back through, up on the toes, both feet up. Then exhale, draw the right heel down, bend the left knee towards the right knee. So you're just getting a nice little twist. Come back through, up on your heel, balls of your feet, and then to your other side. So just do this with your breath. Inhale as you come up on your toes. Exhale as you pull one foot down and draw a knee, alternating sides. Allowing your hips to have a nice little twist. You can look under your arm where a straight leg. You would look under the arm of a straight leg. Okay. So we are going to walk our feet to the top of our mat. Check out your feet, line them up. Nothing's turned out, nothing's turned in. You can have your lot of you, if you want your hands on your blocks, that's your floor. But do have your hands either on the blocks or the floor, right next to your feet. Roll forward so you're a little off that ball with off the heel. You want to bring your hips over on top of your ankles. Relax the head. Let the heavy head make the spine long, the neck, cervical spine long. So let's do the same thing here. Bend the right knee and keep the left leg straight. Bend the left knee, keep the right leg straight. Just go in your own time. Straightening one leg, alternating, straightening the other. Keep that relaxed neck. And now come back to center. We'll just hold elbow to elbow. Keep a little bend in the knees to protect your back of the knee. Really let your ears line up with your upper arm. Roll a little forward so your weight's more in the arch. And sway gently side to side. Good. So keep the knees bent. Release your hold. We're just going to roll up. Let your arms dangle. You can even circle them. Keep a tight core here, controlling your ascent. And getting up, stacking shoulders over the hips. And then a little back bend here. Exhaling, hands come down. And back up to the heart. Did y'all know the camera's on? I don't know. Is it on? Okay, so let's warm up some more with some sun salutations. I've been traveling, and it's something I like to do in my hotel room in the morning. Just wakes you up, makes you feel good, makes you ready for the day. Get a little exercise in. So standing at the front of your mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. So just like when we started our little meditation, shoulders over the hips, crown of the head over the perineum. So look at your feet, hip distance or not. Nothing's turned out or turned in. Just outside edges of your feet are parallel. Shoulders over the hips. Pull them up, back and down. A little tightness in the tricep. Tailbone tucking down and in. Heart lifting, heart open. Okay. So let's bring our hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. And we'll lower arms down to bring them back up. And sweep back. Feel that space behind you. And coming up, push the hips out. Just a real gentle, soft little push of the hips out. And floating down back into your Uttanasana. Hands on either side of your feet. So use your blocks if you like. So with your hands on either side of your feet, inhale now and lengthen the spine forward. Draw the shoulders back. So you're getting a lift there. And then exhaling, bend the knees, take the left leg back and establish a lunge here. Nice runner's walk. Square your hips. So pull the right hip back, let the left pelvic bone face the mat. Your ribs are on the inside of that thigh. Crown of the head reaching forward, left heel reaching back. So making that long diagonal runner's lunge. Let that hip release. Good. So drop the left knee. Now you can keep your toes tucked or you can flatten your foot, your choice. And we're just going to come up into a low lunge on Asana. Arms come up. And then just lunge forward, inhale out, and lift the heart. So not the chin, the heart. Feel that strong right heel pressing into the mat. Now open that left hip. So nice. Exhaling now. Hands frame the foot, lift the knee, and draw your right foot back to meet the left. do the first one with a modification. Drop the knees and leave the butt in the air. Drop the chest and then scoop into a little look mono hands back there. So tighten the buttocks, press the feet down, shoulders draw back. Good. And hands come back right there at your chest. Come through a little tabletop, tuck the toes, and into your downward dog. Hips up and back. Strong arms, relax neck. Lift those hips, draw the heels down. 3 breaths. Good. So now we're bringing our left foot back to our left wrist. So you can come through tail of the dog to your lunge, or you can come down on all fours and bring your left foot forward here. And then you're back in your lunge on the left. So establish that pose. Really good for us. It makes the body nice and long. Good. And then right foot's going to come to left. All the way back to your Uttanasana. Folding, exhaling. And let's just bend the knees and roll up. And arms come out. Up. And so yeah, let's keep going. So inhaling now. And exhaling into your forward fold. Inhaling into Ardha Uttanasana. And bending the knees, exhaling right foot back and back into your lunge. So good long, stretch that heel back and away. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Good. And then drop the right knee. So again, toe can be tucked or you can flatten your foot. And yeah, scoop back. Feel that space in the back. And up. And lunging forward, strong left heel pressing into the mat. And coming out. Lift that right knee and draw your left foot back to meet the right. Line yourself up. So now we're back in a plank. You can drop the knees and the chest, or you can lower into a yoga push-up, Chaturanga Dandasana, all the way to the mat. And bring your forehead down onto the mat. So line yourself up, tighten the buttocks, and then just push up now into your expression of cobra. So it's not up here. It's all about lifting the chest and strong buttocks here. So let's turn it into Salabhasana. Bring your hands back, palms up, and lift your feet. Close your eyes if you like and just breathe. Good job. Good. So coming out of our Surya Namaskar, coming up through tabletop, tuck the toes, 3 breaths, downward dog. Bottom with this one also. So let's think about our arms and our hands. You want that strong hands, big fingers are spread. You're distributing the weight throughout the hand. You're drawing your arms up, top of the humerus bone, into the shoulder socket. You're spreading your shoulder blades, gently pulling them apart by softly rolling your eyes of the elbows up towards the ceiling. Hips are lifting up and back. Good. So coming out, we're going to raise the right foot up. Swing it through, or come from all fours, right foot to right wrist. Stop. Good. Get that long line there in your lunge. And now we're just going to push off. So inhale, and as you exhale, bring your left foot forward to your right. Fold. And roll back up to your mountain pose. Inhaling as you do. And exhaling. in the Syrian mama scars, right? Okay. Inhaling up. And just take your time. Feel your all four corners of your feet pressing equally and evenly. Relax the neck into your fold. Inhale into your half fold here. Bend the knees. Left leg comes back. And we're just going to drop that knee down without the lunge. Inhale back into your Anjaneyasana. So take your arms back, feeling that space all around you. And coming forward. Good. So float your hands back. And we're just going to pull the left hip back to the left heel. Straighten the right leg into a little Hamanasana. So come all the way down. Walk your hands forward. Give yourself a little bow here. So you're sitting on that left heel. Good. So coming back through, tuck into your lunge, right foot meets the left, line them up into your plank. Let's lower all the way down. So let's try a little, no, not yet, never mind. So, forehead on the mat. Bring your fingertips outside the mat. So you're just right here. Elbows are stacked over your wrists. And you're going to inhale, lift up. Nice. Opening here. All head comes all the way down, kind of roll down out of it. Inhale again, lift up. Exhale, rolling out. And inhale, rolling up. And exhale. So bring your hands back to your chest. And if you care to, if you feel strong enough, lift yourself up into a little up dog. Elbows come sort of forward, shoulders back. Good job. And then we're going to come into our downward dog. So you can see how this is your counter pose to the up dog that you just did. And focusing now on really that long spine, length in the entire body. Good. And then we're coming back through. So left foot's going to rise up. And left foot is coming to left rib. So engage your core. Really have to use your belly. And there's your lunge. And then we're just going to come right through to our Uttanasana. And rolling. Rolling. It's really, for me, the best way to protect the back. So that roll up instead of coming up in a flat back. Good. So we have the other side. Here we go. And inhaling, lengthening the spine, bend the knees. Exhale, straight into your Anjaneyasana. Drop the knee. And inhale into your low lunge. Did I lose you, Lisa?
Which leg are we on?
Right leg back.
See, it wasn't just me.
So, lunging forward, lifting the heart. So you can lose your hands. It's really, you want to just think about that lift. You can put your hand, interlace your fingers, wrist drawing down. Really get a nice opening. Good. And then let that go. Frame your foot with your hands. And push through into your Hamanasana. So you're up, and then walk it back. Right butt on right heel, and exhale into a bow. And then coming back through. And back into that lunge for a moment. Left foot to right, back into your plank. One more little yoga push-up. So remember your modifications. Drop the knees, drop the chest, or come down through chaturanga, and then into, if you can, a dog or a cobra, your choice. Good. Down dog. Your resting pose. You feel that? Just compose yourself here. Nice long 3 breaths. Good. And then you do step your left foot in a little. Swing your right foot way up there. Get a nice stretch here. Engage your core now. Draw your right foot to your right wrist. Stop. And left foot to right. And fold. And let's make our way back up. And down. Good job. How are you doing, Cindy?
I'm out of breath.
It's good. Do you need that fan on?
No.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, a couple more. We're just going to add some yummy poses with, it's embellishing. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now, instead of lunging, just walk left foot back, right foot back. Come right to your plank. You could hop it, and then lowering down and scooping up. And into your dog. Now bring your right foot in, a little bit to the center. Lift your left leg. Now you can do this from all fours. We are bringing left foot forward to the left. So have your blocks. Have your blocks. And bring your left foot forward and flat and straighten your left leg. So here we are in pyramid pose. Urdhva So use your blocks so that you can just get strong, straight arms. Pull the left hip back. Allow the right hip to come forward and crown of the head reaching forward. And now exhale into your fold. A nose to knee. So lift the top of the femur up as you draw that left. So we're talking about the left leg. Left leg is hip is drawing back, but the whole leg is lifting up from the top of the thumb. Oops. Good. Now, walk your hands about 6 inches forward, bending that left knee. Bend the left knee, hands come forward. Lift the right leg. Any amount, but keep the pelvic bone facing down. No hands are on your blocks or on the mat. And again, bowing nose towards the knee. Nice, good. So, just looking at your hands, bend the left knee, bring your right foot back down, flat in that 45-degree angle, and bring yourself up into warrior. So lunging forward, weight on the back foot, weight on the front foot, heart lifting. Let's take our arms down and around into that interlaced hand and lift up. So pulling your chest up by pulling your wrist down. Excellent. So coming back through our sun salutation. So we're just going to bring our arms back up. Look down. Hands frame the left foot. Pick up that right foot. And coming through your lunge. Let me see. We're coming out. Right foot to left. Fold. And inhale. let's do the right side. Get that little back bend, take your time, follow your breath. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Which leg goes back? Right or left?
Left.
Thank you. Left leg goes back. Oh, I know what we did. We did left, right. We didn't do a lunge. We came to plank. To plank. Lowered into our chaturanga, or all fours. And pushing up. Ooh, scooping up into the upper dog work. Strong. Into your dog. Pushing up and back. 3 breaths. Good. Then right foot comes center, left foot swings up, and in through that tail of the dog, and left, is it left foot forward or right foot forward?
Right foot forward.
Thank you. Right foot up to your wrist. Left foot comes forward and flat, and you're set up for
Wait a minute.
Parsvajanasana.
You just switched. Wait.
I'm sorry.
Left one is forward now?
No,
Right one's forward.
right.
Okay. Hurry.
There you go. So think about your hips for a second. Pull that right hip back some. Allow the left to come forward. And keep a straight spine here for a minute. So crown of the head reaching forward, shoulders back and away. And then on your blocks or not, exhale into your bow. Lifting the top of the right thigh now. Shoulders always drawing away from your ears. Tuck your chin, just kind of curl your nose towards your chest or your knee. Keep your hips squaring. Good. Bend that knee, walk your hands forward. About 6 inches. And push off. Left foot rises. So use your blocks if you need to. Keep that left pelvic bone facing the mat. Not an open hip, square hip. And then nose towards the knee. Good. Bend the right knee, reach back and out and back with your left foot to a flat 45-degree angle. And make your way up. And let's do our arms again. So turn your thumbs down, bring your hands to each other, and interlace. And lift the heart, lunging forward and leaning back. So it's not about lifting your chin, it's really about broadening through your collarbone. So think more about that and let your eyes just kind of follow the direction of your sternum. Good. So release that and coming back through. Come through your lunge. And bringing your left foot to your right. Holding. Woo, I'm tired. Okay, so bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. And come sitting. Let's see if I can do this without falling. We should come through a squat.
No.
I didn't have it in me either, so. Good. So, I've been following my old Iyengar a little more than I have for a while. So I have a whole seated sequence that I'm gonna do. It's in the back of the book. And we probably won't do it all, but does everyone have a belt? Okay, good. And let's start in Virasana. And if you need a blanket, something soft, let me just remind you what Virasana is. And then, I don't really need this, I guess, but I'm just going to show you that you could add layers of cushion beyond your mat. So, knees come together. You're on all fours. Knees come together. Take your feet wide and walk your hips between your heels. Now here's where a block comes in. If you're not that flexible yet, then just sit on a block. But it's not Vajrasan. It's not this. You know, it's not this. It's this. Do you see? That's why I want you to use props. Because it requires even more flexibility.
Can you use a blanket?
Yes. Yes, definitely. So I kind of ooch my way. I'll sort of walk my hips down. They're not completely down, and that's okay. I'm just going to close my eyes, stack my shoulders over my hips, and deep breathing here, as always. Being kind to yourself, so not forcing. You just want to open and soften any amount. Full breaths. Eyes can be open or closed. Ooh, our favorite. And so you feel how much flexibility it requires in the front of the leg, the knee, the thighs, the whole leg. It's really good for us. It's not the kind of thing you would just do every day on your own, by yourself.
True.
So a couple more breaths here. And then if you'll just come into a tabletop and take that left foot back, tuck the toes. You've got a nice kind of a modified lunge here. So you're tucking the toes, you're pulling the heel back, just allowing the blood to sort of flow, fluids get back in there. You roll up and down, back and forth on your ball of your foot and get a nice stretch in the toes. And then just switch sides. So next one is Gormukh Kasan, which is, I'm going to turn my mat around again. So have a belt and any cushioning that, you know, have your blocks handy. Am I the only one without a belt? I figure. We'll grab a belt.
There's one.
Oh, okay. So I'll show you how I like to get into Gormukh Kasan. And that is from all fours. Let's start with our right leg behind the left. So you're going to bring your right knee, cross it over the back of the left knee. And then pull your feet apart wide and walk your hips to sit between your feet, which stacks your left knee on top of your right. Good job. This is why you're doing this, right? 'Cause okay. So here, this is just half of the pose. So for a moment now, work that left sitting bone that's rising. So you can't work it down towards the mat. So sit tall, close your eyes, shoulders over the hips. And just talk to that left sit bone and ask it to please come down. Breathe. Breathe. Does everyone have their belt handy? All right, so the rest of the pose is upper body. So, you know, clearly doing some hip opening. You can feel that. And then if you'll just throw, okay. Yeah. Throw your belt over your right shoulder. And then your left arm, I'm just going to do this, take both arms out, thumbs down. shoulder blades, if you can. Right arm's gonna come up behind your head. So now some of us, because we're so right dominant, we can do this on the left. You can hold your hand. Can you hold your hands? Most of us? Fingertips. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I've never been able to just.
Not on either side.
Nah. I think I have short arms.
I'm sure that's it. But sit tall, sit tall. Look at alignment here. And really bring your elbow kind of behind your head. And then you inhale here, open the chest, relax the face. And exhale, squeeze the belly and bring your nose to your knee. So slowly coming back up, releasing your hands of your belt. If you'll just rest your hands on that top knee, sit tall, give yourself a few shoulder shrugs or rolls, both directions, and then we come forward and unwind and rewind. So this time left behind right. Take the feet wide and walk your hips back to your right knee on top. Yes?
Cardinal. Definitely is tighter side.
Tighter side, always. So close your eyes and use that breath. It's very powerful here. Talk to yourself. So you want that right sit bone drawing down towards the mat. Shoulders over the hips. Just breathe. Good. So now throw the belt on the left shoulder. Don't throw it. Place it. I thought I had a headband. I must have left it in the car. Okay. So, same thing. We're going to do the upper body now. So right side. It's going to be rough for me, anyway. But that thumb pointing down is helpful. It just helps you get your shoulder in the right place in the socket. And then you're drawing your right hand up as high as you can between your shoulder blades. Left arm comes out behind you and down. Oh, here's where your belt comes in. You hold the belt and you work your hands towards each other. Line your shoulders back up over your hips. Close your eyes. And bowing any amount. So before you bow, take a big inhalation. And your exhalation really does help facilitate the bow. So slowly exhaling. Nose to knee if you can make it. Good. So as you come up, rolling up, take your time, inhaling. Releasing your hands or the belt. And again, your shoulders will thank you tomorrow, maybe even later today. So again, just give yourself a little relaxing rolls and shrugs and come forward. Oh. Come forward and come out. Now, let's come up into a dog, Adho Mukha, Savasana. Just let everything release. It's a nice way to let everything, blood to flow back and the muscles to lengthen again and release. Good. So come on back down and let's see what's next. Vista Canasta. So nice to do now. Yeah, so sitting in Sukhasana in your easy pose. And really what's best in all of these is to start in Dandasana. So if you'll just sit with your legs lengthened, pull the flesh out and away from your sit bones, feel them really equally and evenly pressing into the mat, shoulders over the hips, little length in the back of the leg, and that's your hands come straight down out of the sockets, heel of the palm pressing. See how that opens your chest, right? Good. And then we're just gonna relax and bring your feet together into your Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's pose. So your soles of the feet come together. And then if you'd like, just kind of rock side to side and walk your sit bones towards your feet. And then a little flex in the foot, a little action there. Feet are gently pressing into each other. And for now, lift up. So let's do this. Interlace and wrap around your feet. And then lift the chest up and feel a nice stretch, hopefully, around the neck and the collarbones. Pressing the feet in towards each other. Just gently. And notice the knees slowly dropping downward. Groin softening. Big, full, deep belly breaths here. Heart lifting, shoulders drawing down. Tuck the chin a little. Now, if you'll just start your bow, take an inhalation where you want to inhale. Exhale as you press. You're coming into your bow. You're pressing your calves with your elbows, squeezing the navel into the spine. Tuck the chin and just bring your head towards your feet. And keep that gentle pressure in the feet. And soften those groins with your breath, with your intention, with your attention. And then we'll pull up out of that. Take your time. Oh gosh, time's flying by. So we want to come into Upavista Konasana. I'm going to back up to the back of my mat. You guys are on your, see what you want. If you want to turn to the side so your ankle, your bony feet are on your mat, and you can just turn to the side. Either way, if you want to come wide here. Well, sit tall, kind of lean forward a little. So pivot forward. Whole pelvic girdle is pivoting forward. Strong flex in the legs, toes pointing up, shoulders drawing down. You can use your hands, you can use your blocks. Please do use your hands or your blocks. And just pivot forward. So keep the heart lifting, shoulders drawing down. And right now, no rounded spine. So just take a minute here and flex your quadriceps. Just flex them and release them. And flex them. Use your breath and release them. Flex them and release them. So you want a little, somewhere in between the release and the flex. You want that engagement of the thigh muscle. So yeah, remembering, good job ladies, that you have more, is it Norma? Yeah, I haven't been able to see you very well. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, okay.
Thank you.
Remembering that prop that helps with a little bit of more flexibility. The higher, the more, yes? Haven't you started doubling your blanket? And you can count, this one did do it. So do this. Pick your knees up. Stretch them out. Stretch out those inner thighs. They need it. So, you know, that tight inner thigh really does contribute to low back tightness and issues. So that's why we're doing this.
Definitely tight.
Huh?
Definitely tight.
Very good.
Good. back, bring your shoulders back over your hips. Sit up tall. Just place your hands somewhere on your legs. Sit up tall. And then a little side bending here. Just follow your own breaths. Inhaling to center, exhaling into your little side bend. Go as fast or as slow as you want. Just enjoy it. But do keep your upper arm over your ear. So you're opening your chest and your side body. So after, let's go one more side and then settle in, whatever side you're on, settle in 3 to 5 big full deep breaths, growing in the pose, really feeling those subtle shifts and changes as you stay and breathe. I'm going to the other side when y'all are ready. Go to the other side. Turn your palm up. Bring it straight up towards the ceiling. Open your chest and bring yourself back. Good. So please do this. Pick up your legs and using your hands, bring them back. And come to sitting back in your Dandasana. I'm going to do a little twist here and then we'll be wrapping it up. So sit tall, feel that Dandasana, and bring your right foot crossing over your left leg. A little flex in the left foot because you're just lengthening that back leg. And again, find your shoulders over your hips. And then we're going to twist to the right now. So exhaling all the way around, well, any amount. So you can hug here. You can bring your arm in front. It depends on what feels right to you. Hand is behind your tailbone, several inches. Shoulders, both shoulders are drawing down away from the earth. And you're slowly, softly, gently bringing your left shoulder, left hip around and gazing over your right. You're going to draw your pelvic bones towards each other. And just lift your arms up. Bring yourself back around. Straighten your legs. And let's do the other side. So sit tall. Sit that neutral position. And then we exhale around to the left. So remember your shoulders. You want them drawing down. That left shoulder doesn't rise. Bringing your right shoulder, right hip around, your right pelvic bone around. Looking over your left. Breathing those deep breaths. So a nice twist, not only for your spine, but for your liver and your kidneys and your belly. It's kind of massaging, helping detox. And then we'll come out of that now. So swing back around. Let's take our hands behind us. I think we need one more little Navasana. And then, how are we rowing our boat? Oh yeah. Now we're rowing our boat. Row. Ooh, phone. Yeah? Good. So, I was reading the way Iyengar teaches Navasana, this boat pose. And they have you start sitting in Dandasana. And you take your arms up here. And you curve your arms in. And you lean back. And you lift your legs. And then blankets and everything you need. We're gonna do another little low back thing, and then we'll do our shavasana. Oh, I hate that song. So yeah, you want to draw your knees to your chest, especially after that little navasana, and take a moment. Take your time and roll your legs around. I like to pull them apart and push them away, making circles with my thigh bones. You're on that.
You're on the crack.
Oh, yeah.
That used to be a wall there.
Oh.
And so when she took the wall out and put that floor in, ever since then we get that little spooky ghost like it. So everyone get a good little massage on your low back. Place your feet down wide now, turned out, toes touching the ends, feet in your natural turnout, arms alongside the body. Flex your triceps and press them into the mat, and curl your tailbone up and in, and lift your hips. So this kind of just a little casual hanging out, Satu Bandha, bridge pose. So tuck your chin, get that long cervical spine. Let's rest here for a couple of breaths. So taking your time to keep your awareness in the spine. Just lower down slowly, slowly, softly, slowly, all the way down. Keep the tail tucked until the very last. And lay it flat. Good. And then one more time, we draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And we'll rest now in our final resting pose, Shavasana. So just let your legs come out. Legs are parted, arms alongside the body, and the arms are parted away from the body. You don't want them tucked right into your body. You want air flowing, circulation. Palms are up. And here's your moment, a few moments of complete rest. Regenerating, restoring, relaxing. Just feel every muscle, every joint, soft and released. Relax the entire face. So feel your eyes resting in their sockets. Soften, no tension around the corners of the eyes and the nose or the mouth. Jaw is released. Throat is relaxed. Just floating, floating, so relaxed. Feeling the energy, all that energy running through the body. So ladies, it's time to come out of this now. Take your time. Stretch your arms over your head. Take your hands and your feet up in the air and rotate your ankles and your wrists. 2 directions.